Hello, and welcome back to Pokemonsword, the adventure.
Yeah, and that thing.
And this,
what is that?
That's a Glalie.
Ah. I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
We talked about it a couple of episodes ago.
Really?
Well, I'll say it was sessions ago. It was like a couple of months ago now.
I've slept since then.
You would hope so. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
How are you?
it like reminds me of the
I'm alright, thanks for asking.
It reminds me of things from the World's End where he's like oh, I haven't had a drink in years.
Oh, you must be thirsty. Yeah, you made that joke like 3 or 4 episodes ago.
It's not. I didn't make the joke. It's a reference. I said it reminds me of that.
Yeah, you made the same one.
We always make references here and there.
Yeah, but you'd think you'd get fresh ones.
It's been months.
It was literally an episode that went up like 2 days ago.
Yeah, and this one won't go up tomorrow.
No, but you should have seen it. Can I catch this thing? I'm not going to bother, I'm going to kill it. I need the XP.
Do we even need this one?
No, not really. I need the experience more than anything else. Just going to
Dead.
Thank God.
Yeah, that the little snot thing reminds me of the kid from Wind Waker that like runs around after you.
Which one?
It's like on the home island that you have, and there's just this little kid that's like running around and has this like snot thing dangling, and you always just want to sort of run away from him.
I don't think I've played Wind Waker. I think we were going to do it for the channel at one point, but we never got around to it.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because... My voice just cracked. It's a shame, because I like the art style of it.
Yeah.
I just don't know much about it.
If you like the, like, Spirit
Yeah.
What was the first one? The Hourglass?
I like Phantom...
The Hourglass.
I liked Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks,
yeah.
which is the same art style and universe, I guess.
Oh, I think it's a different Link. I know it definitely Spirit Tracks is a different Link.
Yeah. That one's set further back in time, I think.
I don't know.
Because Wind Waker's...
Fuck is this Mr. Mime?
It's the regional variant of Mr. Mime.
I don't like it.
It's fine, he doesn't like you either. It's because Wind Waker is set at the end when like the world is flooded or something, isn't it?
Yeah. But I don't know if like the world ever gets unflooded. So I don't know.
Just have a big drink.
Glug glug glug. Yeah, I wouldn't pay this Mr. Mime.
What would you pay him for?
Well, like, because we were talking about paying Pokemon for advertising and all that kind of stuff.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's better than Mr. Rhyme, its evolution, that looks really creepy. But Mr. Mime himself is fine to me.
I don't know, something just looks off about him.
Something looks off about you, but you don't see me complaining much.
I mean, you're complaining right now.
I am in a moment.
It just shrinks into nothingness.
I'm melting!
Oh, there's the guy who's got his shoes stuck in the snow or whatever. Go away.
I'm grinding levels.
You.
I need to grind levels.
Yeah, but can we not, like, fight the guy that's up the hill first?
Yeah, could do.
He'll give you some challenge. Or whatnot.
No, I killed it in one go anyway, so... Ah.
He looks kind of happy about just dying.
I mean, I would be.
I'm not awake enough to think of a response. The wit is not here, like it ever has been. But,
yeah. It usually isn't.
So, we're doing a bunch of leveling up for who?
Well, we're going to the Championship Cup.
Right.
Well, in story terms, we're going to the Championship Cup. In actuality, we're heading towards like the final boss confrontation and dealing with the big bads with Team Yell, etc.
Yeah.
Is what we're going towards, because the story beat for that hasn't actually happened yet. So that's obviously what's next in the story, because you know this is Pokemon, so it's got to tick all the boxes for doing that kind of stuff, and that hasn't come up in the story yet. So that's the next thing to do. We just, well, need to get to it.
like, speaking of, like, you know, doing, like, tick boxes of, like, oh, here's the things that, you know, Pokemon games need to do. There's so many instances where people are like, oh, I want a different thing, it's always the same or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll do, like, a different thing and they're like, oh, I don't like it. It's like, do you know what you want? Like, well, I think that they're just looking for a different game at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's like when they did, like, you know, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and stuff, it's so drastically different, but some people don't even really consider it like a Zelda game. They just consider it its, like, own kind of spin-off almost.
Well, people say...
it's so different.
From what I know about it, because I haven't played it, people have said similar about Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah.
But, again, I haven't played it yet. I do want to play it, I just don't have anything I can, like, record it with for the channel right now. So it's currently off limits. But we will get round to it for Sonic Saturdays at some point. Because, you know, Sonic Saturdays needs to make a comeback. Because I think I might do an episode on Spinball or something and a few other bits and pieces. But I do really want to play Frontiers, not Frontiers, I don't know what that is. But I also want to play that new Superstars game that came out about a year ago. I want to play...
We missed the ball on completely.
Yeah, well, I did tell you when it was coming out and say we could do it this weekend, and then it never happens. So I'm blaming you for that.
Yeah, but did you ever buy it?
Well, but I would have done if you'd have said we were, you know, we can record today. I couldn't have gone and bloody bought it. I had the money for it.
Well, you could have bought it anyway to play it.
No, I wanted to record it, so I haven't got round to it.
Yeah, but we can't record it if you don't have it.
Yeah, well...
Oh, his foot's back again.
No,
kind of.
It's still partially submerged.
Oh.
What's up this hill?
Running up that hill.
Nope.
Ooh.
There's a
Whose
guy.
thing was that?
Kate Bush.
That's it.
Or Placebo, who do a decent cover of it.
Ah. I don't know who Placebo are, but I assume...
Why am I
they
not
did
surprised?
What else have they done?
Now you've put me on the spot.
Like, anything famous, or...?
Probably not, no.
Okay.
I know who they are, but...
Are they mainstream, basically?
No.
Okay.
Not really. Not over here, at least.
Yeah.
They may... In the US, possibly, but...
What's with this, like, weird Green Goblin costume that this trainer's got on?
He's a hiker.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Looks a little Green Goblin.
He does a bit.
Green Goblin has a Link hat.
What?
From Zelda. Like, the hat is like Link's hat. Because it's like green.
Well, it's just an elf hat, innit? So...
You're an elf. You're the only one wearing a hat.
I am wearing a hat.
I have hats, but I'm not wearing one.
Good.
I suppose I could. Hats. Oh fuck, I've just picked up everything else with it.
You got your Steve Irwin hat.
Yeah, I've got my Jurassic Park, Steve Irwin, Crocodile Dundee's nuts.
God damn it.
Got it. I don't even know if I'm wearing this the right way.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I am.
Yeah, you are.
It kind of fits on my head.
It doesn't.
And you'll never see it.
It doesn't really suit you, but
I didn't say it did. It's only really for not getting caught by the sun, which I did a few days ago. I don't know if my face is still red.
no, I can't say I noticed when I saw you today when I came in.
Then.
Were you out doing something in particular?
No, it was just the car boot sale stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
you're still doing those?
We hadn't been doing them for a while.
I was going to say, I didn't remember you mentioning it.
But it has been very windy as well. So.
Yeah, it has been very windy. It's windy today. You can hear it rattling the window.
Yeah. So it's kind of making it difficult to go out and do that because everything blows off. Like me getting hit in the face by G.I. Joe.
Yeah, forgot about that. G.I. Joe being smacked in the face by G.I. Joe.
But it's actually worse when it's clothing because it basically acts as a sail.
Yeah.
It just pulls the entire thing over.
It just wraps itself around your face like a thing
Like
from Alien.
What's the cloak of...
The thing from Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
The cloak of truth. No, that's the lasso of truth, I'm probably thinking.
Yeah, it's Wonder Woman. Damo would know, but he isn't here, so fuck him.
Still in the Shadow Realm.
He's in the comment section. Somewhere.
You better be in the comment section.
Oh, he will be.
Always watching.
He will be.
Always.
He normally is. And if he isn't, I'll come find him. What?
Just like the casual threatening. Oh god. Oh shit.
I want it for the experience.
Yeah.
It's Snow Bomber.
Just its face, like its eyes.
Yeah, it's the
Very alarming.
abominable snowman, but I call it Snow
Yeah.
Bomber.
Snow Bomber. I like it.
It's not mine. It's a joke from another YouTuber who I've forgotten the name of right now. Because there's like 2 or 3 people who made the same joke, and I can't remember which one I watched and saw it first. So it's one of the Pokemon YouTubers. It might be Sylph Spectre. It could be Madrybread. I don't remember. Somebody made the joke first, and I don't remember who.
Yeah. Whenever I hear Constipated by Weird Al Yankovic, when he says like the in the bathroom part, I always think of Nintendo Capri Sun.
Yes.
Because that's where
I knew
Nintendo
that's where
Capri Sun got it from.
I knew that's where it was going.
Yeah. It's a weird song, that, but it's...
A lot of Weird Al songs are weird.
It's kind of in the name. But it's like... It's
Albuquerque comes to mind.
Well, it's called Constipated, but then it escalates to like different stuff.
Why you gotta make me feel so constipated?
Yeah. And then there's the, can't believe we're both related.
Yeah.
And then the decapitated bit. Like, it kind of just snowballed into other stuff.
Party in LA got remade to Party in the CIA,
Yeah.
and that's a really kind of fucked up
Well, I
one.
thought it was Party in the USA.
Well, that might be it, yeah. Yeah, but it became Party in the CIA, and that was a pretty weird... The music video for that song is weird.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Barney the Dinosaur one, I remember as being pretty weird. Oh boy, Barney's on fire.
I don't think I've heard that one.
I'm not sure if that's a Weird Al one or not.
Fuck is this?
Not that haircut. But the one that always comes to mind for me is Albuquerque as being the extremely weird one. You have to guess how many molecules are in Leonard Nimoy's butt. I was off by 3, but I was able to win the grand prize, a one-way ticket straight to Albuquerque.
There's also the Stuck in a Drive-Thru that's all about
being
stuck in a drive-thru.
Being force-fed sauerkraut until I was 23 years old. Because my mum screamed in my face, "It's good for you!" Anyway, I digress. I used to remember all the words to that song.
Yeah. No one really does that kind of like Weird Al sort of parody song thing like commercially now anyway.
No.
It's all just like, YouTube stuff that, people might see. But like Weird Al was like way more like mainstream with it.
Yeah.
Does he still make parody songs?
I think he does. I'm pretty sure he's still active, at least.
But I know that he's probably still making songs, but I don't know if he's still making parody songs.
I think so.
I know that people have tried making them on YouTube and like really failed.
I can't say I've asked him to know. With my extensive musician contact points, I can't say I've got one with him to ask.
Because I can't really count the like mining diamonds song as because that's purposefully bad.
I mean, personally, I would say the I Play Pokemon Go Every Day is a parody song just because it's awful.
Yeah, but it's not a parody of a song.
No, but it comes across as a song parody.
I guess so. But like, would you call it more like a satire song, or like those kinds of songs?
Satire is parody.
Well, I thought parody had to be like a specific thing.
Now you've put me on the spot. Yeah, I guess there is a technicality there.
Because it's like usually parodies are like, alright, this is this specific thing that it's trying to emulate. And then I think that...
I don't think you're wrong.
It's like, it's really close, like, because people sort of misinterpret it, and I'm probably misinterpreting it as well, but like, parody and, what was the other one?
Satire.
That's the one. It's just kind of, it's too close for people to. It's like, you know, who's a geek and who's a nerd kind of thing. Like that's a bit of a overlapping thing.
There is a definite definition for that though. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Is that like it's like Ant and Dec? Which one's which? I know which one's which, but
Ant's the funny one.
Ant's the big one, the tall one,
He's
the big head,
the funny one
with the headbutt.
Now, I just remember that article from Bartians where the guy got the tattoo of Ant and Dec on his arse.
Oh.
But doing the Lady and the Tramp sucking spaghetti out of his anus.
Oh.
Literally, the tattoo was Ant on one cheek, Dec on the other, and they were doing the Lady and the Tramp with the spaghetti, but the spaghetti joined up at the guy's butthole.
Right.
And, you know, like... If,
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Having spaghetti sucked out of your guts.
Here's the thing that I have
There's a picture of it.
Here's the thing that I have to ask, though. Like...
The tattoo artist
Do you have to get consent from the person that you're having a tattoo of?
No, you don't.
Like, I don't know, it seems a bit strange, doesn't it? Like, you know, if someone's going around with, like, your face on your body... Your
face, Graham! Yeah, but you don't have to get consent
it's like,
for
surely
it.
you would have, like, copyright to your own face.
Yeah, well, people don't. So
Yeah.
I could get one of you and write dickhead underneath it if I wanted to.
I know you could.
Technically it's true, but...
Rude.
It's fine, I'm a dickhead as well.
Pokemon Dickhead Edition.
I mean, there's the parody version of Pokemon Dick and Balls, isn't there?
Yeah.
Or Arse and Tits is the other one that comes up. Or the extra edition, which people were joking about being DLC for Sword and Shield, which was Pokemon Gun. And it was green with a picture of a Glock. This is a squeaky chair.
What would, like, the, you know, like, the updated version be? You know, it's like Pokemon Broadsword and Pokemon Riot Shield or something, like... Because they always add, like, a descriptor word or something, like Shining Diamond and...
Oh, you're thinking of when they do
like
the
when they
inevitable Gen A
inevitably make,
remakes.
like, yeah, they make, like, an updated version of it. Where it doesn't look like garbage.
It doesn't look that bad. It's not that bad.
I mean, it's not spectacular, but it's fine.
Like, as I said before earlier in the series, it's baby's first RPG. It doesn't have to look amazing. Just the fans our age who've grown up with the game expecting triple ends level stuff are not going to get that, and they need to let go of the idea that it's ever going to be that because it's Pokemon. So fucking grow a pair.
Yeah, but I think there is also a thing to say that they should be putting a decent amount of effort into making the games.
It's not that they haven't put a decent... I didn't see what they're going to swap in.
Oh.
I'm going to swap anyway, it's fine. I wouldn't say there's a lack of effort, but there is certainly some things which are missing, I'll give it that.
Because I think it's one of those things that because Nintendo games in general are usually very well polished, it kind of sticks out.
Yeah, but that's
like
the thing.
a AAA game developer that's not putting in the same amount of effort.
That's the thing, they're not a AAA game developer though, that's the thing.
How are they not? Because like the amount of people that they must have employed and the amount of money that they make on Pokemon.
They don't have... Yeah, Pokemon is the biggest game franchise in the world, but that doesn't make it a AAA whatever company. And they don't have that many employees. Also, Pokemon is it's just published by Nintendo. It's not licensed to them. It isn't actually made by them.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say it was.
No, but people think that it is.
Yeah.
And it isn't.
But like, I think that it would probably be better if they just sort of...
Damn it.
You know, like, scaled it back a little bit. You know, so it's a little bit more like they sort of, you know...
That's the thing, I don't mind if they take an extra year to make the game to make it look better and add more content. I'd be happy to wait. You don't have to shove it out the door and then give it a day one patch of several gigabytes like a lot of people do these days. People would be very content if you want to take an extra 6 months to finish it. We don't want a driver-free situation where you're rushing out the door and it's unfinished.
Yeah.
I don't care if it takes a little bit longer.
Because I feel like, you know, the stylized sort of thing with the remakes of Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
Like how they just looked completely like different to this kind of style. Like, they kind of did a weird thing where when you went into battles, it changed to, like, a different sort of thing. But I feel like if they just kept with that same style in it, it probably would have...
Well, it just looked...
Like a good...
What the overhead looks like is the sprites from the DS game just made into 3D.
Yeah, but it kind of reminds me of, the remake of...
Which doesn't bother me.
What's the Zelda one on Game Boy? Link's Awakening. It kind of reminds me of that thing, where it's like a little sort of toy version.
Yeah,
like you're looking down on like a...
I can see what you mean.
Like a sandbox kind of thing.
They did a similar thing with Reboot Camp for Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Rather than them being realistic tanks and vehicles and things, now they look like toy soldiers.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people didn't like. Personally, I don't care because I'm more about the gameplay. So, the gameplay and, sure, the art style for the cutscenes and the animations and stuff looks fine to me, and the music is phenomenally good. The sound design for the different soundtrack changes as you move through the battle and stuff is great. The sound effects are fine, and I don't really care for the overhead map graphics and things because that's just what they look like. It's changed over the course of the series anyway.
Yeah.
The gameplay is what sells it for me, and if the gameplay is shit, then I'm going to have an issue with it, but it's Advance Wars, so I don't care.
I think it's just that I find this particular style, like, a little uninspired compared to, like, the more stylistic approach that they've had with other games. Like, it looks very much just kind of like, this is just, like, anime, there it is, kind of,
Yeah, a game's art style will change over time.
Yeah. I just feel like it works better when they're, like, smaller, cuter characters.
I mean, I didn't mind how they looked in Gen 6, where they still had the kind of weird halfway point between this and the anime aesthetic.
Is that like X and Y?
Yeah, when they still had the weird kind of blocky heads a little bit, and it was kind of a halfway point between the sprites and the 3D models and the anime style. That I didn't mind, and it was the same in Gen 7. I didn't mind that either.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the art style of the game, but for this, I like Sword and Shield. I like it a lot more than a lot of other people do, to be quite honest. And I wouldn't say it's my favourite.
No. By
any stretch of the imagination. It's certainly not my favourite, but it's in the top 5 for me.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it has to look hyper realistic or anything like that. Like the trees don't have to have the most pixels ever.
Well, we were talking about Pokemon YouTubers before. I can't remember which series he said it in, but Madrybread raised a good point in one of his series where if the story doesn't engage you, you stop engaging with the story.
Yeah.
And, it's Pokemon, so I'm not really going to pay it that much attention, but how the game feels to play is Pokemon, and that's fine by me. The story doesn't have to be anything spectacular because it's not going to be, as it's Pokemon, but I can engage with it because I enjoy playing it.
Yeah. The only thing about the story in this one is that there's a lot of exposition with the past.
Yeah, but that's been a thing since Gen 5 anyway. When Black and White hit, with N and Getsis and all the other Team Plasma and stuff, and the story of the dragons with Reshiram and Zekrom, etc. in Kyurem, Pokemon became very, very text-heavy in Gen 5 with Black and White. And it was the same in Gen 6 with...
I feel like that's where they lost me, kind of.
It was the same in Gen 6 with all the stuff about Mega Evolution. I replayed Gen 6 recently, and if you took a shot every time that someone said the word Mega Evolution in the game, you would die of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
They bring it up so much. But I get why they did, because new game mechanic or something.
That's what I mean about it being this is just anime stuff, where it's kind of because an anime being an adaptation of a manga usually, the manga would have loads and loads of internal dialogue and dialogue explaining what's happening. So when you get an anime, even though you can see the actions that are happening, they're still explaining.
They still do the voiceover sometimes, which personally I find off-putting. And if it was something that was, say, live action, they could act that with their face more easily, and you wouldn't have to have the internal dialogue voiceover saying, what? He deflected my attacks, how could he do this? Kind of thing. That I don't enjoy about anime, personally. I don't have anything against the art style or anything. Then there's certain animes I do find enjoyable.
Yeah, I think it depends, because it's like, with Death Note, you know, it's the whole thing that Light is a character that overanalyzes everything, so it makes sense that he would constantly be thinking, like, oh, you know, this thing, I need to do this thing.
Also, with the two of them playing cat and mouse, trying to solve the mystery for each other, that makes sense for it working in Death Note, but if it's something like, oh, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example, My Hero Academia or something, when it's all the different fight scenes between the characters going on and they're doing the internal thoughts about the fight and stuff. I don't give a shit, just show me the fight. I'm more interested in them kicking the shit out of each other.
Yeah. It's those sort of things where it's like, two people will be fighting, and then the rest of the characters will be like, oh, they used the fucking die move.
Exactly. I don't need a running commentary from Billy McFuckface on the sidelines. Just let me watch it and digest it and tear it apart in my own head.
I just love it when there's, you know, people on the sidelines and they're like, oh, you know, they need to do this, otherwise they're going to be, like, you know, devastated by this attack and it might kill them. And it's like, why don't you join the fight? Like, why are you stood on the side just explaining?
Yeah.
You could be fighting right now.
The thing is, they do, to bring that back round, they do that in Pokemon. Like, they'll be having a gym battle fight and Brock will be explaining it on the sidelines, like, well, he used extreme speed. That's when his speed goes to the extreme on the sidelines or something. And it's just like, yeah, we get it.
It's like that bit in Sonic Boom where Sonic's like, look, ramps, and then Tails is like, oh, we can use those as ramps.
Yeah. Although my favourite one is Sonic Boom is extremely self-aware, and I find that really funny.
Yeah.
There is a moment where Styx is talking to Amy about how television is some kind of Styx thinks the television is a mind control device to, like, you know, brainwash people, and it's like, don't be silly, you got to play up to the audience. And then Styx turns to the camera and says, you can see them too. And just breaks the fourth wall completely.
Yeah.
And oh god, there are so many fourth wall breaks. Like, there's so many points where Knuckles will be like doing something, it's like, oh, we need to pad out the time of the episode and stuff, just making reference to it. Like, I think he's doing, like, they're going into a rocket or something, and he's walking out of the door in slow motion, and then Tails is like, why are you doing that? He's like, oh, I thought we had to pad out the runtime a bit longer.
That's the thing. If that was what the game was like,
oh, this is gonna kill us.
The game would have done a lot better.
Oh god, all three of the Sonic Boom games are fucking terrible. I think I only put one of them in C tier on my...
I only thought there were two.
There's three of them. Rise of Lyric, Shattered Crystal, and something else. I don't think I put any of them higher than C tier on my tier list. I'm pretty sure I put all of them in... I think I put one in C tier and the rest in D tier, but I might have put all of them in D tier. I don't quite remember. The
first Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric basically just wasn't finished.
No. Again, day one patches for that one, and with the infinite jumping Knuckles.
Yeah, but that's the thing, that the day one patch didn't even patch out the game breaking glitch.
No, it didn't.
And even when it was working as intended, it was still not working.
It's just a bad game. It really is.
Although, like,
that was a long diatribe.
Yeah. Although it does have that kind of similar thing, like with Sonic Heroes, where it's like you have to have like a character for each thing, which does work. Like, you know, having those games where, like, you know, each character... I guess it's kind of like Lego games as well, where, like,
nice.
You'll be able to do, like, certain puzzles with certain...
yeah. But that's
like
the thing.
Colour coding and all that sort of stuff.
So it's like, you know, you need R2D2 or C3PO or something for this section of Lego Star Wars, and you may not have them for the level. But that's the thing. With Sonic Heroes and with the Boom games, you have all those people at all times. So there isn't a replay value for coming back to the level later like you would have in the Lego games. Like when we were playing Lego Jurassic Park, for example, it's like, oh, we don't have Dennis Nedry to hack the computer or whatever, but it adds replay value for coming back to it later on.
You have to have it in moderation, because otherwise then you get Donkey Kong 64, where you basically just are forced to go back with every single Kong to get the same bananas that you've passed like 5 million times.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, so it's... the Lego games, I find, tend to balance it fairly decently, because But I guess it depends on the Lego game as well, because some of them have far more characters than the others, and it gets excessive.
Yeah. But I feel like they've also mainly got like such a simplicity to them that, like, you know, when it comes to you know, stuff that you are collecting, it like that's where you get the complex, more challenging bits. So you're more incentivized to go and get those, because, you know, if you've already been playing through like the fairly easy gameplay, the rest of it's like, oh well, I may as well go for this stuff.
Well, also in the Lego games, it's usually easier to work out what it is you need to do as well. I find they tend to telegraph what you need to do in the stage for the puzzles a lot more easily.
I do have to say, the one thing that's a downside for that is sometimes the stage stops working.
Yes, we've noticed, again, for our Lego Jurassic World Let's Play, me and Damo get stuck on more than one level because the game is just buggy.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to Let's Play it for the channel, although I haven't got around to it yet. The DS version of Lego Indiana Jones is completely broken on at least 3 or 4 stages. So much so that 100% completion is actually impossible, because the game will bug out every single time, so you can't collect certain mini-kits or red bricks, etc., or the hidden maps in each stage, which are the like collectibles and things. To you physically cannot get 100% completion. I've played through every single level of that game multiple times, and there's some of them, especially in The Last Crusades, where it is unplayable.
Yeah. The more we talk about these, the more and more I sort of think, you know what, this game is alright. Like, because the more and more I'm thinking of how bad, you know, some games do get.
Well, unfortunately, we'll have to hold that train of thought for next time as we go up this hill and battle some more trainers on our way to Winden. Thank you everybody so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Like the video if you did, subscribe and comment your thoughts down below about some other games which you think we could play that are absolutely terrible. And as always, have a good one.
Let's go to Winden to Winden.
Yeah, something like that.